some altercation to schedule the pod on the master node. Okay, that thing are clear, right? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's see the pod manifest first. Okay. So we learn about the pod, and pod is the smallest unit of the Kubernetes resource. Okay, it is a basic unit. Whatever the workload we are currently installing on the or creating on the Kubernetes, they are considered of the pod also. Okay, workload means the compute power. Whatever the compute things we are deploying on the Kubernetes, they are considered of the pod. Okay, and it is a basic unit of the Kubernetes. Okay, and pod consists of the number of containers. Okay, and whose responsibility is to create a pod? Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, whose responsibility is to create a pod on the node? You will create a
It's
pod on the node.
cube
Cube. Yes,
kubelet, right?
cube. Right, exactly. Yeah. And who will schedule the pod?
Scheduler.
Yes, right. Yeah. Now let's see this manifest. Okay, so this is the pod manifest. So everything we are creating in the Kubernetes, they should be in some format. Okay, it will be in the manifest. Oh, sorry, YAML format, and all this file will be called as a manifest. Okay, here we will specify the specification of the object. Okay, right. So here this is the manifest for the pod, and here we are specifying the API version. API version means which kind of version of this pod. Okay, so there are various versions like V1, V1 beta, alpha, all those things are the versions of the pod. Okay. Got it, na? Got it. Version of the pod. Of which version pod we have to create. Like in the future, they will release V2. Okay, which consists of the some different feature. Okay, so in that case, we'll use the V2. Now currently we have the V1 version, which has some specification. But in the future, maybe they want some advanced feature, so they will release a new version. So in that case, we are going to define here 2. It means use this version to create a pod. Okay, now currently we are using V1. Okay, and here we are defining the kind of the pod.
Okay.
This is the kind of the object, and our object is pod. Okay. Next thing is the metadata. Metadata means here we define like extra definition of the pod. Okay, what contain like its name, its label, its annotation. We can add the some extra information to the pod. Okay, like here we also can also add labels like app is equal to my app. Okay, this is the label to this pod. Okay, and third thing is this is the main thing. Pod will consist of the mostly three things. One is the API version, second is the kind, third is the spec, and there is the metadata. So it can consist of the 4 fields. They should be available. Okay, they should be specified. Without this, we cannot create a pod. Okay. So now here there is a spec. In the spec, we will define specification for the pod. Okay. And in the specification, we have the field called containers. And it is a list of containers. So that is a here you are seeing slash name, dash name. Dash name means we can define multiple containers. Like if you want to define another container. Okay. It's also possible. Okay, my container 2 and support 90. Okay, so it means we are defining 2 containers inside a pod. Okay, now here we are defining only one container, and this name is the name of the container is a my container. Okay, and which image should that container should use? It will be Nginx image. Okay, here we are defining our Nginx image. In case of deployment, we will use means in case of your deployment. If you want to deploy your application, then here you are going to define your own custom image. Okay. Now next thing is the ports. So ports means which port should be open by this pod. Okay. So Nginx by default expose the 80 port. So we are going to give the 80 port. Okay. To expose the port. Okay. Now let's create a pod. Okay, so now let's see if we have any pod in here. So currently we don't have any pod in the default namespace. Okay, now let's create a pod using manifest. Now let's create a file vy pod.yaml, and we are going to define the manifest here. Now, how to create resources in the Kubernetes? We have to use the kubectl command, right?
Right.
So let's use the kubectl. Kubectl apply -f. -f means we are going to create using file path, and here we are going to provide a path to the file. So currently it is in the same directory, so that is why we are using pod.yaml directly. You are using pod.yaml. If it is in different directory, we should give the full path of the directory. Okay. Now let's create it. Okay, now pod is created. Let's see if it is created or not. So currently it is in container creating state. And if you want to debug it or see status, you can just do describe pod and the pod name. So it will give the whole information. So first thing what here it has given successfully assigned this pod to node 01. Okay, it means scheduler has scheduled the pod on the particular node, which is the node 01 here. Okay. Next thing is it will pull the image which was specified, which was the Nginx. And who has done that? It has done by kubelet. So that is why here you can see that kubelet. And here you can see that the pod is scheduled by default scheduler. Okay. Now next thing is once the image has been pulled, the kubelet will create a container. Okay, with the name provided by us. And then it will start the container. Okay, that's it. Now let's see get pod. Okay, it is up and running. Okay. Okay. So this is how you create a pod. Okay. As we specified here in the manifest, we are creating a pod with the name mypod. Okay. And also we have given the label to this pod, which is the app is equal to my app. So if you want to see the labels, get pod show. So use this flag show labels. It will show all the labels attached to the particular pod. It is app is equal to my app because we have defined it here. Okay, in the labels section. Okay. Okay. Now this is the simple how we create a pod. Okay, got it now? Any doubts? Any questions?
No as of now.
Okay. So also please try to like create a mini cube, something like that, and do practice. Okay.
Okay.
So here now let's learn some basic commands of the pod. So here currently we have created this pod. Kubectl create -m pod.yaml. Also there are different commands. Like if you want to see all the pods in the current namespace, we can use this command. Okay. It will show all the pods in current namespace. If you want to see pods in all namespace, which command we should use? Hello.
kubectl get ports.
No, I want to see the pods in all namespace.
-n and then the namespace name. Hello?
No, yes, right. -n namespace name, but I want to see pods in all namespace, all, not in specific namespace.
So use -capital A.
Right, exactly. -capital A. Okay, so we can see the pods in all namespace. Like here, this is the different namespace, this is a different namespace, and this is a default namespace. And if you want to see the pod in specific namespace, we have to use -n and the namespace name.
Correct.
Okay. So Next thing is if you want to get only specific pod, then in this case, what you can do, get pods. Let's say you have to use cube system, and we want to see this pod, and you can see that we have only currently seeing only this pod, cube proxy, LDQ, and something like that. Okay. If you remove this thing, then you will see all the pod in the cube system namespace. Got it? Hello?
Got it, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, next thing is describe the pod. So it will give the all the information and the event state of the pod. Okay, so let's see the describe command. So if you do describe this type my pod. So here it will show us all the information. Okay, what is the pod name? What is the namespace? What is the priority of the pod? Which service account is used by pod? On which node it has been scheduled? What is at what time it is created? What is the label of the pod? What things? What are the annotation on the pods? Okay, what is status of the pod? What is the IP of the pod? Okay, and the container information. Okay, which image it is using, all those things will be given to us when we use the kubectl describe command. Here also you can see some events related to the pod. Okay, and also it will also give us node selector, toleration, all the information, volumes. Okay, and these additional things are currently added by Kubernetes by itself, because here you can see we haven't specified any annotation, right? This thing, but still we are seeing it. Why? Because it is added by Kubernetes itself for their own functionality. Got it? Hello.
It.
Yeah, we haven't added this thing. This thing. Okay, they are automatically added by Kubernetes for some functionality. Okay. Next thing is the delete a pod. If you wanted to delete a pod, you can use this command kubectl delete pod and the pod name. Okay. Next thing is if you want to see the logs of the pod. Suppose this pod is printing something on the screen. Okay, on video output. Then we can easily see that using kubectl logs and the pod name. My pod. Okay, and here you can see that logs of the pod. Okay, it is showing all these things to us. Okay. Next thing is if you want to do open a bash shell in a running pod. Okay, now currently our pod is running, right, up and running. And if you want to go inside it, what thing you're going to use? You are going to use exec command. kubectl exec -it I for interactive T for the terminal, then pod name, my pod, and then double dash just to give a command. If you don't give it, that is also fine, but it is deprecated in future. Maybe you are not able to use it, so better to use the latest syntax. So separate the command by hyphen. Okay, and then give the command. I'm going to use dash, and now we are currently inside a pod. See the host name, it will be pod name. You can see it is a pod name. So currently you are inside a pod. So this is command used to go inside a pod. Now, suppose I want to access the this thing. Okay, now you are creating a pod. Okay, but it is created on the remote machine. But what if you want to access the that pod particular application on your local machine? In that case, you are going to use the port forward. Okay, now let's see. So now, if I do curl localhost, can you get any? Are you getting any response to this command?
No.
No, na?
No.
Not to the. Now let's see. Let's use this port forward command. I'm going to open a different tab because it is going to create a new session. Okay. Now, if I do this thing, kubectl port forward, our pod name and our localhost port, our machine port, and the AT. AT is the container port on which it is running. Okay, so we have defined it as a AT. Okay, because Nginx by default runs on the port 80. Okay, so this is a container port. Now I'm going to run it. So what it is doing, it is forwarding traffic from 8080 to this pod. So let's access it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, so it means we can access the application or pod running on the Kubernetes on your local using port forwarding. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Okay. Next thing is kubectl cp. So in this command, you can directly copy the content or file from the your local to pod or from pod to the local. Okay. This is the syntax. Do you want a practical or you're going to explore by your own?
You can just give some example, only one example.
Okay. 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 Let's create a pod. I'm going to hostname command and then IP host. I'm going to create a new file. My file.txt. If you see it, it is host name is control plane, it's IP and the host this command. Now let's copy this thing inside a pod. So what I will do first, I will just close this kubectl forward. If I do the curl now, okay, we're not going to see any response. Okay, because we have just stopped the port forwarding. Okay. Now let's go inside a pod. Exec IP my pod and bash. Let's go inside this thing temp. Okay. Can you see anything? There is nothing, right? Currently, there is nothing inside a pod. Okay. Right.
Right.
Now let's copy it. kubectl cp. What is the syntax? Pod name file path. My file down. My file dot txt. My pod slash temp. Okay. Now let's see. Yeah. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is how we can copy the file from local to pod. Now let's copy this thing from here to your
So we are
pod.
copying this file from worker node to pod, right?
Yes, right. Yes, right. From here, from worker node or any machine which has the kubectl access, which can run the kubectl commands that can do the copying. Okay, any
Okay.
machine.
Got it.
Hmm. Okay. Now let's copy something from the pod to your local. Okay, so let's do
Can we also copy from pod to pod as well?
pod to pod. No, that is not possible.
Okay.
Means I haven't seen it, but I guess it is not possible. If you
Okay.
want it, I can try. If you want.
Yeah.
Now, can you see any file here? We can see pod.yaml, my file.txt. But here we have created a pod.txt. Let's copy it. Slash temp slash pod1.txt. You to copy it here. Something. Okay. So if you do, here you can see that whatever we have written in the pod and it showed in the pod, we can easily copy it. Okay. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah. So there are also like other command also like if you want to see only if you want to get pods which with only this label. Okay, that is also possible. Currently we have like only one pod. Let's get another pod for our example like pod2.yaml. C1 and here give like map2. Okay, let's give this label as a map2 and pod name pod2. And if you want to specify like multiple containers, that is also possible. Okay,
Okay.
now let's create another pod. Let's pod has been created. Okay, now this thing is created. Here you can see that it is a 2 by 2/2. It means it has two containers. Okay, and all are in ready state. Now let's do get pods hyphen l app is equal to my app. Okay, so we are getting only this pod, my pod. Why? Because only this pod has this label. If you do get pod show labels, you can see it. Okay, this is app is equal to my app is equal to my app 2. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if you want to get the pod with only this label, app is equal to my app 2, that is also possible. Just do it my app 2. Okay, so we are only getting the second pod. Okay, if you see my app 3, then there is a no pod. Got it? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is use of the get pods command. Next thing is the kubectl get pods hyphen w. Okay, so what it means? It means it will watch the pod for the changes. Like I will show you the example as well. So get pods, I will delete the pods, pod 2. And I will create it again. So using delete command, you can easily delete the pod. I will create it again. Pod 2 dot yaml get pod hyphen w. Okay, if you can see here, you can see it is continuously showing us the new output.
Okay.
So it
So
means
it's
it will,
giving the current status, right?
yes, current status. Means it will continuously query the command. So you don't have to run this command again and again. You can just run it one time, use hyphen w, and it will give us the new changes in the pod. Okay. And here we are only getting status of the pod 2 because only these things changing. This particular pod. There is no changes in the my pod. Okay. This pod is going in crash loop backup. That is why its status is changing, and that is why we are seeing this output. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay. Now, yeah. So there are another threads called waiting this thing. So this is also same command, but only here if you only wait if this thing is in ready state.
Okay.
So it means, but because this thing is currently in the ready state, na, so it will immediately come back. Okay. So do it again. So it is same condition met because it is currently ready state. Now let's do it same thing for the pod 2. So it is waiting continuously. It is still pending state because pod 1 is not in ready state. If you see, it is in crash loop back off. Okay, because of that, it is not exiting this command. Got it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Okay. And there is also thing called JSON pod. It is advanced thing in the Kubernetes. Okay. This thing. So what it will do, it will only give us the specific field of the this particular pod. Okay. So let's see. If you do get pod now, it will show us this pod. Okay. If you want to see the manifest of this pod, what you can do, just give get pod name hyphen o YAML. So it will give the output in YAML format, and it will show the all specification of the pod. So can you see? So can you see?
Yes, yes, yes.
So it is showing everything: pod, annotations, app, label, container thing. Also, it is showing additional thing which is created by Kubernetes. If you don't provide now, it will automatically populated by Kubernetes. Okay. Now, if you see in the spec, there is a thing called, where is that? Not in status. No, sorry, in the status. If you see in status, there is a thing called pod IP. Okay, can you see it now? Here you can see it, right? Hello.
Right. This
Okay.
is pod IP, right?
Yeah. So it is field. Yes, it is a pod IP, but we are seeing this when we do get kubectl get pod -o YAML. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you want to only see this particular field, what thing you can do? You can use the JSON font. It is a one of the output format of the kubectl. It is provided by kubectl. Okay, so let's see. Use this command.
Umberkar.
Can you see now?
Yes.
It is only showing the pod IP field. Okay. Where is that? Okay. Now, if you want to see only the node name spec, only this particular field from the YAML, you can just use this thing, node 0. Okay. Now, if you want to see only labels of this pod, you can use this. Okay. Got it? Hello.
Got it. Got it.
So these are the commands of the pod. Okay. So I have also added some additional commands. If you want, just go through it. Like
Okay.
here, I've added a command like how to add a label to a pod or update a label to the pod. Using this
Okay.
command, you can easily update a label. Here is command, you can easily update annotation like here.
Okay.
So I want to update annotation of this pod. I will do my pod, my annotation, my value. Now if you do get pod, my pod, -o YAML, and if you see the annotation, where is the, here you can see it now. It is added this annotation, right?
Right.
Hello. Yeah. So these are the commands of the pod. Okay. So this is just a basic of the pod.
Okay.
Now, yeah, in upcoming lecture, like, we are going to see advanced thing also, like what is the init container. So these are the different things: how to mount a config map inside a pod, environment variable, how to pass environment variable.
Can we do it that tomorrow?
So it is enough for today.
Yes, I have one call.
Okay, so should we connect after like 8 or 9?
Today?
Yes, it's because we have to like finish it as early as possible, right? Because it is a long time.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
think
or
we
else
we
let's
can
connect
connect
tomorrow
at
then.
9.
Or else let's connect at tomorrow instead of this. Okay, let's connect at tomorrow. Should we connect at in the morning?
Tomorrow morning we can connect, na? 10.
Okay, 10. Okay, fine.
10
Okay,
to
let's
11.
connect at. Okay. 10 to 11. Okay, and then again we can connect at the unique also for like 30
Sure.
minutes.
Sure.
Okay, then. Okay, bye.